Hello everybody, today I'm going to introduce Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban is the owner of National Basketball Association Dallas Mavericks and the co-owner of 2929 Entertainment. He has demonstrated his leadership throughout a business career, a multitude of business ventures he has undertook. Cuban creates structure in his NBA organization by setting both short and long-term goals. When he first purchased the team, he put making the playoff as the goal of the organization. As his organization gained success, he adjusted his goal to fit the circumstances. Cuban is always at the forefront of his organizations and shows his political leadership by example. When facing criticism from outside sources, he directly challenges them in order to give confidence to his team. For example, he's never shy to advocate the strengths of his team on television against medium pundits. Cuban is always successful in building sound relationships within the organization he runs. He is raised as one of the most approachable owners in sports, and he has shown his interest and devotion to his players by always attending their games. He built loyalty amongst his employees by creating a relationship with them that goes beyond business. Cuban values the human resource frame the most. He has said that it is the relationship he built throughout his business career that has allowed him the opportunities that he has right now. Cuban has always treated his employees with a lot of respect and given him support in times of need. For example, the steady workers of Dallas Mavericks were given paid during the coronavirus lockdown season. Cuban's strong personality and his passionate behaviors often get him into trouble with NBA referees. His harsh and sometimes overwhelming criticism of NBA officiating has caused fines and to be placed on his organization. Cuban has turned those negative situations around a lot of solid symbolic frame, as he has built a team culture based on passion and a lack of fear of the opposition. Cuban has shown a lack of preference with rigid structural frame as his leadership method. Although he is goal-oriented in his organizations, he does not set strict rules for his team to follow, and he wants to allow them to develop naturally. Cuban value motivations the most as he has always highlighted his success comes from the passion he has for the ventures he is undertaking. He loves the sport of basketball, therefore he is motivated to go to every game and help his team succeed. Cuban always motivates his employees by giving them bonuses and incentives. Cuban promotes the idea of sustainable growth into his organization by always planning for the long term. He also adamantly gives back his local community in the forms of donation, and the local citizens in turn provide support his team. Cuban always endorses social movements such as Black Lives Matter and Me Too, shows his support by constantly updating the culture of his organization. He has never shied away from hiring people of different ethnicity or region. For example, the two stars of his Dallas team are from Europe. Cuban always updates his organization and company portfolio by investing into new companies and technologies. This has allowed him to connect his investment to create positive effects between each other. Cuban's strength is that he is personable and approachable. He is always at the forefront of his organizations and represents his team vigilantly on the national media spotlight. This allowed him to lead by example and create a positive mindset for his employees. Cuban's passion for the projects he is involved in sometimes get him into trouble. He has multiple instances of conflicts with authority which impede his insight as a leader in trying times. The first defining moment of Cuban as a leader is his sale of his first company, Mac Solutions. He sold Mac Solutions in 1990 for $6 million after growing the software company to over $30 million in revenue. The second defining moment of Cuban as a leader was his prediction of dot-com boom. Cuban sold his company Broadcaster.com during the dot-com boom to Yahoo for 5.7 billion in Yahoo stock. That was the best timing possible for the transaction, and Cuban's insight as a leader allowed him to make such risky decision. Cuban's Cuban's investment on the NBA team Dallas Mavericks turned him into billionaire. In 2000, Cuban bought the team for $285 million. Currently, the Dallas Mavericks is valued at over 1.45 billion. People follow Cuban because he is a decisive leader who is able to make tough decisions. His passion for what he does also motivates those around him to follow in his steps. Cuban has always adapted his leadership to those circumstances around him. In 2018, Cuban's Mavericks organization faced the accusation of being a hostile workplace for women. Cuban led multiple investigations and fired parties that were found of misconduct. Look to future. Cuban's strong leadership style built upon motivation will keep him as a successful business person. His appearance on TV also made him a great influence for young entrepreneurs of the future. This is why he is a valuable leader to look at and to analyze. Thanks for listening.